as far as the plan goes, this was at roughly the same time that the protocols of the Elders of Zion became, I guess, the public became aware of them. I think they were published in London in the 1920 under the title "The Jewish Peril," but they date as far back as I think 1902 or 1905 in Russia. They officially have been debunked as a forgery, which begs the question: where's the original document? Anyway, it's a listing of I guess you could say, planks or principles or ideas planning for basically Jewish world domination. No one really knows for sure what the origins are. They seem to be borrowed from a previous text written in the 1860s in France, the Principles. Some people have said that it was published and I guess written by a non-Jew to alert the world to the Jewish peril. Some say it's a complete fake. It's just a anti-Semitic propaganda, no basis in reality. You should disregard it. But nevertheless, we are struck by the fact that if you read the protocols and the ideas behind it, at least the planks, it would suggest that much of the agenda is indeed being carried out. It calls for placing our agents and helpers everywhere, take control of the media and use it to use it in propaganda for our plans. Start fights between different races, classes, and religions. Use bribery, threats, blackmail, lies, and deception to get our way. Use free Masonic lodges to attract public officials. Appeal to successful people's egos. Donald Trump. Appoint puppet leaders who can be controlled by blackmail. Well, look at our Congress. Jeffrey Epstein, Roy Cohn. Replace royal rule with socialist rule, then communism, then despotism. Well, that's the First World War and the Second World War right there. Abolish all rights of freedom except rights of force by us. We'll look at the ADL's war on free speech, hate speech, these things, canceling. The obvious example would be what occurred in the communist world with the Cheka and these things with more violent suppression of people's rights in the communist world. Eliminate religion, replace it with science and materialism. Okay, we have that. Use media to create entertaining distraction. Corrupt minds with filth and perversion. Oh well, Hollywood, pornography. Encourage people to spy on one another. Well, there you go. Facebook, other, social media, TikTok. Keep the masses in poverty and perpetual labor. Well, that's debt slavery, inflation. You get that. That's when Janet Yellen says we can afford another war, yet another war for Jewish interest. Well, when you have debasement of the currency, and you have mounting debt, interest payments, higher interest rates, and the declining value of your currency, and everything costs more, there you go. Never leave a spare moment or for reflective thought or criticism. People just have to work to keep them on the hamster wheel. This time you promote materialism. Take possession of all wealth, property, especially gold. We definitely got that in the 20th century, and of course, possession of all wealth, that can be done through the magic of compound interest, controlling the banking system and the distribution of credit. We see how BlackRock has leveraged that. Use gold to manipulate markets. Well, that's been done. Introduce progressive tax on wealth. Well, income tax. Replace sound investment with speculation. Make long-term interest-bearing loans to governments. We're still paying off the debt from World War I, from what I understand. Give bad advice to governments everywhere else. Well, look at our diplomats. And of course, blame the victim. And we see that everywhere because we have to blame the victim. That'd be the rest of humanity because of the Holocaust. So what do you think?